Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again for our time together. Looking forward to seeing all of you at Leadership Night tonight as we begin to talk about how do we take all these new connections that we have with God and His people, and what do we do then with our old connection to family and friends from our past life. I'm going to talk to you about how to live a connected life. But right now, I want us to come back to one of those passages that we just blow through way too quickly, and we miss some very beautiful truth. 2 Samuel chapter 23, beginning with verse 9. Next to him was Eleazar, son of Dodai the Hoite, as one of the three mighty men. He was with David when they taunted the Philistines gathered at Pasdammim for battle. Then the men of Israel retreated, but he stood his ground and struck down the Philistines till his hand grew tired and froze to the sword. The Lord brought about a great victory that day. The troops returned to Eleazar, but only to strip the dead. Verse 11. Next to him was Shammah, son of Agi, the Harite. When the Philistines banded together at a place where there was the field full of lentils, Israel's troops fled from them. But Shammah took his stand in the middle of the field. He defended it and struck the Philistines down, and the Lord brought about a great victory. Now, I want you to notice something here today. I want you to notice that Eleazar took a stand in verse 10. And because of that, he received a promotion. I want you to note that Shammah took a stand in verse 12 in a field of lentils. And because of that, he received a promotion. They became David's mighty men. But there's something more important here that I want you to notice. In each case that these men took a stand, it says, then the Lord brought about a great victory. God cannot bring about victory in our lives until we take a stand. We had a pastor in our staff many years ago, old Pastor Alcantara, and he always used to talk about wishy-washy Christians who couldn't take a stand. Now, I understand exactly what he's talking about. As a Christian, if we're wishy-washy, if we can't take a stand, if we get blown by every wind of doctrine, if we get blown by every group of people that we're around, and we become more like chameleons than sons of God, we adapt to every group of people we're in, then at some point we need to realize there's not going to be a lot of victory in our lives. It is only as we take a stand that God can bring about great victory.